Alright, we should be live.
That was stupid. I don't know why I did that.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Crown of the Tyrant Queen.
We're still alive.
But, yep, we are still alive.
Are you though? Are you sure you're not dead?
I mean,
You won't be if you delay any longer.
in the
I
Fell
am
Empire,
capable
who
of saying
can
I'm
say
not.
for certain?
Exactly.
Damn, he's right.
Who knows who's dead and who's not? Well, it's gotta be. It's probably like. I mean, I don't want to go into like racism and stuff, but I'm pretty sure like calling an undead just dead might be like some kind of like social faux pas that you can't do. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, there's the difference between dead and undead is very clear. One of them's animated and the other one's not. So like calling an undead just a dead corpse is kind of like not cool.
Our first bit of world building in 3 weeks, and we just go straight to racism.
Yeah.
Oh, what a time to be alive!
What a time.
Chuckles in
To be alive.
racist bird.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hecate,
Oh, yeah.
racist.
Could be really you're pretty good so far, not gonna lie.
You told me Hecate disliked kobolds, right? Good.
Yeah, he loves kobolds. He loves kobolds, alright. Loves to insult the shit out of them. It's okay, Roface. I know,
He'd
you want to make
probably-
yourself seen.
He'd probably punt them as well if he had any strength of which to speak of.
Well, it's a good thing we're in the Fell Haven and we're probably not gonna stumble onto Queendom forces anytime soon. So the chances of encountering a kobold are fairly low.
Stop, Roface.
So wait, like, if we run into, like, an undead kobold, does that mean, like, Hecate will be, like, doubly racist?
Oh wow.
Or
dead
does it
kobold.
cancel out and suddenly she's not racist to the undead kobold?
She just goes, "Oh wow, even dying you couldn't do right."
Yeah.
critical vicious mockery. You know what? I'm going to establish a new rule.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be it's not going to be you don't have to be worried about it. It's going to change barely anything into the game.
Okay.
If you make me or any other of the players laugh or cringe with your vicious mockery, it's going to be a critical. That's it.
I see.
Oh, then I am armed and dangerous then.
Exactly. I mean,
If I don't make you laugh, I can at least make you cringe.
exactly. And no fake cringing if we're in a boss fight and it's important. Though to be fair, if we're in a boss fight and you're trying to kill it with vicious mockery, something's wrong's happening. I don't think making sure someone cringe is the best way to deal damage to that boss. Like, oh, wait, instead of 2d4, it's gonna be 44 damage.
Oh my god.
Instead of fireball.
Alright, so. Preamble aside. We
Your new guide friend is a giant fucking celestial panther.
Yep,
Go.
we're gonna need to address that. So,
Some point.
so, what?
That's what I was gonna ask you. What?
Where'd the cat come from? Where'd Soraya go?
That's a nice cat right there.
I mean, that
No,
is...
Hecate, you may not insult the cat. Do not kill the
Oh.
cat.
Do not the cat.
I
Do
mean,
not-
Oh, sorry. Context?
oh, hmm,
The cat's just sitting there,
I
just watching this.
feel like that's a conversation for a different time. We've got, bigger things to discuss. Gil looks up at the large fucking cat.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of mechanics relating to that, Bridget,
Yes.
I don't believe I prohibited this form from speech.
Okay. The
So-
that book I was basing it off of that I found. I should probably just send it to you actually. Didn't say that I could. So, but if you say that I can talk, I can talk.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I don't know what's cooler depending. Like, you know what? I'm going to let you decide whether you think it's more interesting if you have to change back to talk. If you're good with
Or
this
just go-
form being able to talk, it's mostly like. I can see both working without issue. Especially now that like druids can talk in wild shape. I don't
That's-
see a problem here.
Just go full
Okay.
Aslan with it, it's fine.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. But, I
Really?
think-
This is the thing that's an issue?
I mean,
The cat stretches.
less than I think it's worth mentioning, but like definitely something I don't think we really expected.
I mean, to be fair, this is not even like top 5 worst secrets that have been kept in this party, so.
Number 1. She just looks over to Gil.
No.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna have to agree with Gil on this one. I mean, he might have hid that from us, but he didn't try to backstab us.
You were there. You know what the worst secret
Okay,
was.
number 2 then.
We'll leave that up for debate.
Hi.
Mm,
Hi. Remember the one time
She
Johnny-
just looks over to the bird and just does.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
ads over
Okay.
here going like, allow me to introduce myself.
Also, I was watching the VODs, and I think they were referencing to the bird killing the cat. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Did anyone hear a wall shatter?
That's a
you
nice
feel?
cat right there. You mind if I talk to it a little bit?
no. Stop that.
Okay, anyways,
No, like, seriously, Gil's secret, like, not even, like, top 3. I'd put myself above him, to be absolutely honest.
All right, we're not here to rank secrets. Let's just gestures her arms back to the cat. Focus
Yeah, like,
on what's in front of us here.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see the issue here. I mean, unless you're, like, implying that, like, the Adventurers Guild somehow didn't know about this before they assigned her to us.
Well, if it did,
Bridget,
I wasn't.
dude, does-
No, I didn't know about this.
Bridget,
Wouldn't they
does
have at
the
least mentioned a thing or two?
But yeah, Bridget, my question is, do you keep this a secret or not? Is this kind of like something you actively hide?
I don't think it is. I think it's
Okay,
probably all
yeah.
paperwork.
Probably
I
not
just
something you've
didn't read the
advertised, just
paperwork.
something you,
There was
I
no
do
Like
paperwork.
believe you would
asterisk
have
on like the bottom of the
come
back
through the-
page. You know,
Yeah.
it's fine.
There was literally no paperwork. What the fuck are you talking about?
There was
Yeah,
paperwork?
you just get
Exactly.
teleported in. That's true. There were
It's
no
on
there.
qualifications. It's just this is your guide now.
it's on the
So-
paperwork that
Yeah.
we weren't given. It's like, oh, I see.
Way
It's
back.
available to you at any adventurous guild if you.
Great.
I'm not
All
gonna
right.
go
We're
Well-
traveling
there.
with two adventurers guild members who don't bother to look at the paperwork.
It's a really bad habit, actually. Should probably not keep that up.
There was paperwork this entire time?
There's usually
You're not part of the
paperwork.
guild.
Yeah.
You're not part of the guild. You're like a free agent.
Mhm.
I and Gil, on the other hand,
I mean, technically, yeah. Most of the time, it doesn't
Technically, of
really
course there
matter,
is.
though.
Of course it matters.
Matters enough for you to have checked this one, huh?
Okay, to be fair, when we were given the guide, we were just said,
Mhm.
"Oh, okay, cool, deal," and
Mhm.
then they were just snapped a finger, and then they were here.
Yeah,
There
that guy
was no
was.
paperwork.
That guy was very lackadaisical about it for sure.
I
Mhm.
will give them an earful next time I see them. I swear.
I'm sure she will.
So, to be honest, I'm kind of with Herrick on this one. Feel free to go into detail if you want, but for the time being, can we, continue on?
Get out of the
Kinda
cave at
got a
least.
dragon to deal with.
We should
Mhm.
probably.
At least one.
I mean, should we like drop off like proof of the Death Knight being killed?
Oh,
Probably, if you want
no,
to.
hang on. And Gil retrieves the token. I
Yeah, the
assume
token-
there's...
the
yeah. I assume there's a
the
way to,
token-
like, signify that it is completed by, like, pressing it to the actual Death Knight or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you have like a the way it's been explained to you is it takes like a sample is the wrong word, but it goes to the right place,
Mhm.
which is like there's you take like a kernel of the soul that's kind of like still hanging around, or like the residual life energy.
Yeah,
Or death energy in that.
or
that
magic,
case.
or, like, whatever is,
So
like...
basically, you pick up the post soul and it just sends it to the right place.
Pretty much. That's
Well,
about right.
it's just you don't have to drag the Death Knight around.
Yeah.
You just have to drag your token around, and the next time you're by an
mean-
Adventurers Guild, you just press your token on the counter, and bada bing, bada boom.
So, yeah, Gil will take the evidence of the kill from his token, and then just kind of look down at the crumpled remains of the metal. Just go like, so, unless anyone wants anything else from this guy, we're pretty much done here.
No. So that means we have to focus on Dragon. Great.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Not an
Either
issue at all.
dragon
Either, sure.
or cult. Either, I believe,
Well,
is what you're looking for.
we were going to go see the, what was it, Granny Margaret or whatever, that,
Nope,
Ray was
that's
talking
just me information. I haven't mentioned that yet.
Oh, you haven't? I thought you did.
No,
Ah.
there's someone in town I know, but I was gonna bring it up when we got back.
Well then, yeah, no. I mean, we don't really have any information on the cult at the moment. We'll need to probably start asking around after we come back, but for the time being, I think figuring out where the other, was it the Topaz Dragon that we were looking for?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was Topaz,
Topaz
yes.
is what we are ultimately looking for.
Figuring out where the Topaz Dragon is kind of priority number one, and at the moment, our only lead is that black dragon down in the swamp. So...
I mean, do we have to?
Eventually, yes.
But do we have to?
Would you rather we leave it until after Tiamat finds it and gets that fragment of, what is it? Fucking God. Names are hard.
Sardior.
Sardior.
Thank you.
Gil, why do you have to bring logic into this? Stop poking holes into my argument.
Not thrilled about it either, alright? But, like... we do have to take some sort of responsibility about this kind of stuff.
He's right, Gil. Don't be a downer. I'm kidding. Do what you want. I don't care.
This probably means I'm gonna have to be the one to talk to it.
I mean, I can talk to it as well, but,
Gil, you have the charisma of a stone.
That's fair.
Hecate, you're just going to insult it and make things worse.
You know what? That's
and
fair.
I don't even need to say anything about you.
I mean, I guess Ray could also potentially have that conversation, but,
What conversation?
figuring out where the Topaz Dragon that the Black Dragon is potentially
Sorry,
fighting
you guys
is.
have been throwing out a bunch of stuff you haven't mentioned.
Well,
So,
we
wasn't sure
mentioned
what
the
exactly you
dragons.
meant.
What?
Not racing Tiamat for something. That's new.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
See, Gil, this is what I mean.
Right. Yeah, okay, fuck it. So, part of the reason that we're here is there's a way for Tiamat to regain her divinity, and we need to make sure that we regain those artifacts before she can. Otherwise, I think it's more than Bastion that's at danger of her conquest.
Okay. Well, then, yeah.
Wow,
we
she took
definitely
that better than I thought she was.
don't. This has been a bit of a weird day, and no offense, but you guys seem like you're a bit of a weird group. So.
Says the talking giant panther.
Mm-hmm. Says this
At least she's
centuries
not
old,
short.
seemingly human.
To be fair, she's got a point. Also, we're in the Fell Empire. There's like vampires everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And liches. And we just took down a Death Knight. This is far from the gothic feel of the place.
Either way, you were designated to us as our guide. Are we good to continue?
I don't see why not. I mean, I'm gonna need to sit with this for a little bit, clearly, but like, I don't think this is an issue. I don't know why it would be, so yeah, I think we're good.
Good. Anyone else have any other questions? Perfect. start heading out then. Or do we need to rest? I guess. Looks around at everyone else. I can't remember if we actually took a long rest or not. I
You
assume we're not
have
gonna sleep in the fucking bitch-ass spider cave, but
I'd like not to. Pull the same name.
yeah, no. So, I'd like to get the fuck out of the bitch-ass spider cave, please.
What if we took one with us?
No!
No.
No.
If you want one, you can take one of the dead ones.
Just watch as she scoops up the squashed remains of the one that bit her.
You know, anyone with an alchemy kit might be able to get something from the venom sacs of this
That's
thing.
partially why I was recommending it, but I'm not gonna say that in guild.
Yeah, he is
Yeah, if
definitely
only you
going
had
to do
like
it.
a druid or something, or a ranger.
Imagine.
That would imagine having a ranger.
Well, Hecate was thinking,
Wow.
oh hey, we can just grab a spider and like turn it in for money.
That too, potentially, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a huge spider, but it's kind of like the size of a hand.
It's not a huge spider, but it's got fucking magic.
Just
Mhm.
put it in a sack.
You know
It'll
how
be fine.
difficult that thing is gonna be to transport?
Just put it in a sack. It'll be fine.
Ah, yes, about as fine as everything that was in your bag of holding.
Look, would you rather that stuff still be here and I not have stopped the explosion?
I'm not saying I'm not grateful that you did that. I'm just pointing out your track record.
Oh boy.
That stuff
Okay.
is replaceable.
I could eat it.
What?
Uh,
Is that Az speaking or is that
Um,
the bird speaking?
Both?
Tweet, motherfucker.
I just sighs, just face palms.
Alright, I'm leaving the cave. Anyone who wants to stay around in the bitch-ass spider cave, be my
nah,
guest.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Gil
I
just starts
want out.
walking out.
Oh, Tisha's outside, so yes, I'd prefer to leave the cave.
We get outside, there's like 3 more bitch-ass spiders just trampled to fucking death.
Don't invoke that.
Oh hey, more venom sex we can carry.
Alright. So yes, we leave
When you
the
get
cave.
outside, Tisha's just grazing. But only the greenest of the grass, which is not a lot, because you're in the
Same.
undead land. So she's mostly like cherry picking. Like she eats like a few blades of grass and then walks away looking around and finds another spot that's kind of like not as rotten and horrible and gray. She just takes a little bite. And when she sees you come out, hey, she just kind of throts to you and just kind of presses her head against the bag where you keep her food.
Well, I gotta admit, Tish, your instincts were right. Those spiders were absolutely horrible.
You don't say.
Also, Warboss, when you get the chance, might want to drop us back on the Fellhaven map.
Oh, what? That sounds not a good idea. There you go.
Who wants a visual reference to where we're going? It's
I
fine.
know, imagine.
I'm the guide. I got this. You need to go south a bunch.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Where's the
Either-
black dragon? I don't know where it could be.
Where indeed.
Definitely not south a bunch. Definitely not.
There's a fucking dragon on the map. I forgot for a second.
Oh, I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said like, ding. But yeah.
I wonder. I wonder where. I wonder.
All right. All right. So if we're gonna go seeking out this black dragon, what's the plan?
Figure out its name, and then fucking see if it wants help dealing with the Topaz Dragon, I guess.
If it's even interested. He's kind of just been a bit of a petty bastard, if I'm going to be honest.
You know what? No, that tracks. Black dragons are notoriously not very humorous. I mean, hell, look at me. I'm the worst joke my father ever made.
Hecate just smirks at that.
I think I'm gonna roll something.
Okay.
Okay. Tish gets angry on your behalf and shoves you with her head.
Look, the point
Hecate-
being is I'd like a bit more of a solid plan.
She looks down at you and then looks aside with a.
Hecate is just a massive fan of insults directed at either himself or others.
Gil kind of glances to Ray. You're the local here. How much do you know about his personality? Anything we can do to potentially get what we need out of him?
That's a good question.
I'll remind you that there was a Granny Margaret, the hag, who lives in the northernmost section of the swamp, I think. And she is both someone who has some information on the dragon, and also probably the only one who can figure out his actual current name.
I mean, I wasn't wrong when I said petty bastard. There might be someone, I think, who might know more than I do, because I kind of generally try and stay. I like exploring. I don't like dying. So, I don't really poke dragons. Not that much, if I can help it. So, but there is someone. I think her name's Granny Margaret. She's further into the swamp, but she might have more information that will help if we bring up the fight or speak diplomatically than maybe I do.
Well, it's a better lead than any of us have.
Alright, and what's this information gonna cost?
It's probably up to her.
So by the sounds of it, an arm and a leg.
Maybe.
I mean,
Hopefully
worst
not,
case
but maybe.
scenario, if we really want to. Gil just kind of nods back to the cave. I don't know anything else we're going to be using the armor for.
Worst case scenario, we could always, if she doesn't want it, we could just sell it off or melt it down or something.
What do you even do with that armor? Questions for someone
Sure
else.
It is. I mean, it is plate, so
Yeah,
that's like 1.5k.
it's worth something. I mean,
Yeah.
so long as we can get it uncursed if it is cursed, it's also probably not a bad thing to send back to our horde.
Yeah. Not everything has to be magical items. If you just put the set of armor worth 1.5k, that's 1.5k gold in your horde.
Whether or not we carry it, though, is probably going to be more up to Tish, though, because, certainly isn't light armor.
Do you want to try to convince Tish to carry the armor for you?
I could certainly try.
Do
Roll persuasion or animal handling, depending on how you want to approach this.
Well, I've got nothing in animal handling, so persuasion it is.
it. It's pretty solid.
So since you used persuasion instead of animal handling, your DC was the same, and it cost one. It didn't cost one of your rations that I don't keep track of. So, so pretty much, yeah. That's it.
I mean,
Okay,
she's gonna get that ration anyways, cause
Yeah.
good grass is hard to find.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. All right, so Tish agrees. You just kind of put the armor on into. You split the armor in two of her saddlebags, so as to not have like one side that's super heavy and one side that's much lighter, to unbalance her. But otherwise, everything seems good.
All right.
So, yeah.
Then, all that in mind, south we go.
Mhm.
All right. Well, then, if everyone's in agreement, you start to go southward. And I'm going to ask. Last time I made you all roll for random encounters that were essentially trivial because you guys are getting pretty powerful. So I'm going to ask this time around. What kind of traveling downtime do you think your characters would go through? Downtime activities that you can do while traveling. Those include all of your crafting abilities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I suppose if people are still thinking on that, I can possibly start. Only question I
Go ahead.
have is, would I be able to just hand wave and say that I have one of the gemstones from the party vault that I'm working on?
I'm gonna say like the party vault is currently associated with Herrick, so it would be down to Herrick if things were taken out of his hoard or not. Which I don't think Min is going to be angry if you keep a few gemstones that you work on and increase the value of.
Yeah, that's kind of Gil's whole thing, is that he's working as a gem cutter in the.
I mean, you're not
scale
Sayora,
anyways.
so he's probably willing.
Yeah. So yeah, how much are onyxes? Because Gil will basically just get an onyx and then start working on that in the meantime. Doing something with that.
I should have. I should have like your party vault here with everything you have.
Yeah.
Yep, I have that
looks
open.
you have 4 10 gold piece gemstones, which are 2 blue quartz.
I'm aware of what we have.
Oh.
I'm looking at it as well. I'm curious how much a fucking onyx would
That's
be.
6 of them. I don't
We
think
just
you
want to
have
say
any
50
onyx.
gold. I know. I'm saying he would have bought one.
Oh, onyx would be like a 50 gold piece worth.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Cool. Then yeah. Doop. Then Gil's just gonna be working on that over the course of the downtime.
All right, roll me like a little check with your wonderful tools.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Okay.
Amazing.
Roll me another check.
It's so good I can't even see it.
Okay. So 23. So you don't
What the fuck?
succeed on what you're doing, but with a second check of 23, you don't break the gem and make it unusable for further tries. So
It's
so
funny you
you
say
haven't
that.
scrapped it.
It's funny you say that. Part of the process of him preparing the the onyx, is literally going to be breaking it, but he needs to cut it into the proper shape first. So yeah, good that he
Alright,
doesn't
well,
break
in
it in
that
advance,
case-
but eventually he will break it, because that is the plan.
That is the plan, but it needs to be broken in the right place.
Mhm.
Not like cracked in the wrong area. But yes, you don't crack it wrongly.
Good. So yeah, still working on it. Still doing something with it.
Okay.
But
Then I would ask what are you doing with your time?
you are muted.
I
for
is
the record, if
muted.
you are here.
Could you not get to me second, please?
Okay.
Sure, no worries.
I actually don't know what the fuck to do. What the fuck to do? So
I mean, that's fine as well.
Okay.
But
Look at your tools and start thinking. You
What
don't
tool?
have that many, I think. You don't have tool proficiencies? You're the only one without tool proficiencies?
It's fine.
my tool
You
is my
don't need to-
singing.
Then you could also sing. Like this is not like a major thing.
Mm-hmm. Or just
How
fine.
dare you?
This is
Anyway,
this is
so,
entirely
Herrick.
roleplay.
Herrick,
All right. Well,
what are you doing on your downtime?
I guess I have a question for you then, War Boss.
Yes.
In terms of rune crafting,
Mm-hmm.
what level of enchantment would basically silencing a weapon be?
Hmm. Silence is what, a second level spell?
I believe so. Yeah.
That sounds right, yeah.
So probably uncommon.
Okay.
I'd say
Yeah,
like if you want to imbue something like a first level spell or a cantrip, it would be common.
You want to
Depending on
silence
the
the
first
fucking
level spell.
rifle? Are you making a silencer for the rifle? Is that what you're doing?
I mean, it hasn't really come up. Like, we haven't really done much with it, but guns are loud.
Yeah.
There is an entire tag. Actually, there's technically 2 tags in Steinhardt's for how loud your gun is.
Well, I mean, it's very fair. If you have like because like it's not the bullet that's very loud while it's loud while it's like
It's the fucking
whizzing through the
gunpowder
air.
going off.
But it's the
Mhm.
gunpowder going off that's most of the loudness of the gun. So Like while it whizzes by, the bullet makes noise, but that's not the part that's going to be a problem because once the gun is shot,
War boss. We know.
the
Silence is
answer
our
is
thing.
the answer is yes. There
Suppressors,
is a
technically.
possibility to make a yeah, but like actual silencers don't silence; they still
No,
bark
they're called-
pretty loud.
They're called suppressors technically, and they muffle the sound. But yes,
Yeah.
we
So
are
I-
also
I-
working in D&D, which has magical silence, which
Yes,
literally makes
you have
things
magic.
silent. So
The
So
to
there
be
is
clear,
a certain.
the first step would be, getting the gun to be quiet. The next step would be figuring out, like, how to hide the flash of the muzzle.
mhm. So darkness as well, which is also a second level spell. So eventually,
Okay.
you're just gonna have this fucking
Like a
Odd.
ninja gun.
yeah. It's gonna be very silly.
I guess my second question then would be, like, is there any specific gemstone that would be better suited for this?
For silence, maybe the amethyst.
For silence, you have a cat's eye.
Cat's eye could be fun.
Okay.
Cat's eye
okay.
could be like to give like an idea of like the silence. Cats are fairly stealthy when they're not fucking dropping things off shelves.
Or getting insulted.
Sure. Sure.
Like when a cat moves through the house, you don't hear it. Then the dog moves through the house, there's just.
Yeah, when a cat moves through the house, you don't hear it unless they knock over a fucking vase.
Yeah, exactly.
I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
I mean,
can
when a
hear-
cat zooms through your house, you know
That's-
the cat is zooming through your house.
Also
Yeah, but
true.
when the cat zooms through your house, it starts trying to be stealthy. Anyway.
Zoomies.
Alright, well, you said cat's eye then?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat's eye. Don't forget to remove it from the. When you remove something from the player's vault, party vault, make sure to also adjust the party horde gold value. Because I made sure that I have it all I should probably have it in like an Excel sheet.
So then
But-
would that be a 50p for the cat's eye?
I think it's like maybe I think your cat's eye is an eye agate. I think, and it's
Yeah, 'cause
and
we
the
have-
6
those are one of the
times
10
10 gold
GPs.
pieces. It's the 10 GP ones. So you probably have to use both if you wanted to succeed on the second level spell. Otherwise, you wouldn't have enough room or enough energy in a single 10 gold piece.
Okay,
gemstone.
yeah. Like if people are fine with me using the 2i8. What do I mean if people are fine with it? It's my
Yeah.
fucking horde. I can do what I goddamn want.
Yeah.
It's your horde. Gil had an opportunity to make it his horde. He said no, so fuck him.
That's true.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm just gonna edit that quick. Alright. Alright, and then jeweler's tools. Let's see what we
Did you
got.
forget something?
Did I?
The party horde is at 4,159 gold pieces. You remove 2 10 gold piece gemstone and it's still at 59. Should it go down to 39 gold pieces?
Hey,
Let me keep track of the amount of
boy,
gold in
boss.
the fucking.
the fact that you notice this means you also can change it without making a scene.
Yeah, I know, but the point is, if I want to let you guys remove things without having to do it, it needs to be done properly every time. It's fine. Fine.
So 14.
14. Okay. So I believe the DC for uncommon is 15, but let me double check before I say something
That would make
stupid.
sense, but yeah.
Robust can make sense.
Imagine.
That's news to me.
Man gets a little cancer in the brain, and all of a sudden he's making sense.
Oh, that's awful.
Most of my jokes are.
Well, I
Look,
suppose he's at least
you're-
immune to the mind flayer.
Who do you think the surgeon was?
Oh,
I believe the DC for uncommon is 15, so you rolled a 14.
Correct.
Okay. Roll another D20, high or low. But roll below a 10 and you don't fuck it up.
Other
Yep.
way around, you mean?
Roll above a 10.
There you go. Okay. Wow, the exact same.
Alright, so you don't break.
So Herrick
In
is
fact-
also in the process at the moment.
What I'm gonna say is not that you break it with a 14, you're really close. It's just you don't manage to finish your project this time around.
Yeah.
The one thing you do know, however, about specifically this type of gem crafting, you can only have one active gemstone enchantment on an item at a time, which means that when it comes to like coming up with a way to hide the flash, you could add another, but that's not exactly possible. You have to replace the sound one.
Or
So you're gonna
just
have to-
choose one or the other at any point in time.
So what I'm saying is you're gonna have to either choose or come up with some enchantment that's gonna do both, which is probably gonna require a much more
Like a higher
much
level thing.
increased account,
Yeah.
increased amount of gold's worth of gemstone,
Mhm.
probably in the 500 gold pieces range, and it's
Some-
probably gonna be like a rare type of enchantment.
Something to look into for the future at the very least. But for now, still working on the silencer
Alright.
at the very least, so.
All right.
Yeah. Because I mean,
Um,
like, prioritizing hiding the flash over the sound wouldn't accomplish much.
True.
Because you can hear where it came from.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Herrick, I would assume.
Yep.
All right, that covers you. Let's go to our wonderful racist musician. What do you do on your
Is Tony
downtime?
here?
Describe a
Racist.
lot of musicians.
Tony, are you here?
I am. I
Racist.
kind of forgot I was muted.
Racist musician, cool.
So yeah, what's
what do you do?
what's Hecate doing during the travel on our way down to the swamp?
I suppose he's just making a song about how much he hates Kobo.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's good. We're gonna go get back to that.
Oh no.
So- So we're gonna get back to that because that's too funny. All right,
No.
so did you think of something?
No, I still can't think of anything.
Oh.
All right.
Is there anything Ray's doing as we're walking?
Yeah, actually, I probably grabbed a piece of wood off the ground and I've been trying to carve Tish because I said that was my next little
Yeah.
plan. I don't know how successful I
Alright.
am, but that's what I've been trying
Well,
to do.
well,
Make a
well,
check
well,
for it.
roll.
Yeah.
If he wants rolling 14, so maybe you can probably roll better than everyone else.
We'll see.
It's okay.
We shots.
Sleight of hand or a tool proficiency, I suppose. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Okay, 26. All right. So,
You should just become a woodcarver instead.
Yeah.
all
God
right. So, well, that's
damn.
really good. That's a good check. So, Rhea, as you're just kind of back to your humanoid form, I guess. You're back into your human shape. Let's call it that. Small humanoid shape. You just kind of look at Tish and this like glorious horse. It's kind of like probably the most beautiful mare you've seen. And you just kind of the inspiration hits you and you start carving on a large piece of wood and soon you've got this beautiful statue of Tish that you've made, and 26.
Mhm.
Roll me 3d6.
Okay. Nope. That's not how those buttons work. Moment. Dun, dun,
Okay.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
17. Okay. So you finish your statue, and you're very happy about it. You'd say like maybe you'd give it like something around once you've polished and like varnished it, it's probably going to be worth a good 85 gold.
Hey.
So yeah. And Tish just kind of approaches you and nuzzles you and seems very approving of the beautiful statue you made of her.
Oh, thank you. I'll pet her snout, pet her nose, if she will let me.
She will, with a 26, she will definitely let you. All right, so yeah.
You've appealed to the horse's pride.
Mm-hmm.
the horse is happy with the beautiful blackwood sculpture of her. Okay, so all around you, your friends, colleagues, associates, however you want to call them, are working on their different projects. So as you're just kind of sitting there, a bird flies down, a completely new bird flies down and lands on your shoulder, and says, "Sorry, I had to change meat suit."
Hate that.
Totally
that
normal
phrasing.
bird, all intents and purposes. Yeah, fucking right.
I've heard not being comfortable with your skin, but that takes it to another level.
I like blue feathers better.
Where's she even? Are there living ones around here?
Not anymore.
Very few. Mostly migratory birds flying high in the sky above this entire place. But yes, there are living birds in the area.
Don't really
So-
see many.
As I said, flying high above. So, your friends seem to be using their time pretty well. What's up with that? Don't you have a life, a hobby, something?
All right, first one, cruel.
Oh yeah, I own it. Never mind.
Second one, I did have a hobby, and then I may or may not have sacrificed it at some point. I don't know, 800, 900 years ago or so, and just haven't been too used to doing it since I got it back.
You should try carving again.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I seem to remember you doing, like, making wings. I don't remember the details. You weren't exactly on my radar back then, but I keep an eye on everyone.
Oh god, I forgot about those.
Very, very long time ago.
God damn it. That was a fucking deep cut right there.
Oh god.
I mean, sure, I finished them eventually, and sure, they broke immediately,
Yeah,
but
they sure did. They sure did.
It's worse, actually. I'm sorry.
that's not the,
Amazing.
I am not the best at crafting here. Like, I never really thought about trying it again.
Why don't you want to try again?
I don't. As I said, I just never thought about trying it again. There's been no real reason to.
Well, you're surrounded by people who know the craft. Why don't you ask around? You've got a woodcarver, a smith, 2 people who work with gems. If you want to make wings again, you couldn't be surrounded by better people. What's stopping you? Are you just afraid?
I am not afraid. You know, just for that. How about gloves? She just looks around to see if there's any wildlife she can just quickly kill. Like for leather that she can make.
Just give me a second.
What?
Okay,
Very
so
nice
I
travel
want
plans,
you to picture this because it's very important. Like, you say what about gloves? And then this, like, tiny, maybe 7-inch tall bird just kind of does, like, swings forward in kind of a retching motion, does it once, twice, and then 2 whole rabbits come out.
Oh no!
She just spit
Like,
balls. Oh my gosh, you're doing this again!
like, and the rabbits are definitely, like, at least thrice the size of the bird.
You know how disturbing it is when I see you do this.
I've heard of pulling a rabbit out of your hat, but pulling 2 out of one bird? That's impressive.
So
Thank you,
Ash
I'll
just
be here all
goes-
day.
So Ash just goes.
A rabbit in the hole is worth 2 in the bird, I guess. That's how the saying goes, right?
Is that
Wow.
is that enough leather?
I mean, for gloves, it should be.
Pokemon brings up an excellent point. Are they still alive?
Oh, they are definitely dead.
Okay, thank God.
One
you
of
know
them's
what?
twitching.
Just say you're satisfied with this. I don't need him to throw up an entire deer.
Please.
Hey, I asked for gloves, not a leather breastplate. That's when
That's
it
fair.
that's when
No.
leather armor is concerned is
No.
when we're gonna deal
No.
with deer.
No. Not happening. Congratulations, you have 2 rabbits to make gloves out of. Enjoy.
Oh my gosh.
And also apparently lunch. So you guys
Technically
so
true, I guess.
I'm going to look at
I
your
mean,
sheet.
Ai's got to be pretty good at survival, right? So she could probably make a decent food out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if she wants to tell people where the rabbits came from, though.
Oh shit! You found rabbits?
Yeah, it's... What?
They're fresh? It's weird.
They weren't a pair. There's so few of those things out
Okay.
here.
Oh, God.
Well,
Oh,
it's a
this
male
gets
and
worse,
a female.
worse.
So
I love
Rhea,
Oh,
it's
no,
a
are
male
they?
and a female, so we're probably a mating pair at some point.
I'm a little more disappointed, but alright. You do what you have to do, I understand.
Just...
Hey, you know what they say?
Oh my
Birds
God.
of a feather. Rabbits stick
Someday.
together.
Poor things.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you roll survival every time you attempt to do something with leather. And it's not going to necessarily give you as good results as if you had leather working tools, but it's going to give you a result. And once you've rolled 23 times, so once you've rolled 20 or above 3 times for a crafting session with leather, I'm going to grant you at that point proficiency in leather working tools.
Nice.
So basically you need to make 3 very successful attempts, at which point I'll consider that you've become proficient with the tools.
Well, first check to be made.
First check. First rabbit, go ahead. You have 2 checks to make.
Good start. Good start.
14.
I mean, what is
Okay.
up with 14s
So-
today?
Okay, so the first
You say
the
what is
first
up
one
14th day. It's literally the 14th of April right
Oh
now.
Oh my gosh!
What's up
Don't
with
date the
14
video.
today?
It
The
is the
date,
14th.
Curb!
Whoa.
The date is what's up with 14 today.
Shit, you right. God, I can't wait for the 20th.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that would be great, huh? It would be nice if that's how it worked. Okay, so the first rabbit, you start butchering for like the meat and everything, and try to get a good pelt, and you rip the skin at some point, and it's not going to be workable for a pair of gloves. You could maybe make like. You think maybe you could make like some kind of fingerless gloves, but those are so uncool that you can't think of even trying.
Still raw materials to work with to practice at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still practice at like curing this section of skin and making it into
Yeah. I mean,
proper
you can
leather.
always ask Gaz for more rabbits, right?
No. Please.
I have 21.
Why?
God, that just gives energy of like the rogue asking, like the wizard asking the rogue for a skull.
Yeah, I have something to ask. Only if you don't ask any questions.
Okay, shoot.
Okay, I would need a human skull.
Okay, only
Takes
if
out
you
7
don't ask
human
any.
skulls.
Only if you don't ask any questions. Okay. Pulls out 7 human skulls. Silence. Silence. This one will do nicely. Love that fucking meme. Anyways, tangent. So good though.
Okay, so
Oh no. All right.
all
So,
right.
second rabbit.
Second rabbit.
Second rabbit.
Please not say second one. Not same as the first place.
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
Okay,
Hey.
so the second rabbit, you've successfully just give me a second. Alright. The second one, you've successfully correctly removed everything, the skin, without tearing anything, and then you correctly cure the skin, and eventually you have 1 rabbit glove.
and 1 out of 3 on your work towards leatherworking proficiency.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've added that to your biography section.
I
of
was
your
about to
sheet.
do that.
Mhm.
So 1 out of 3 success towards the other working tools. Okay.
Gil will
All
just
right,
kind of
so-
look over as she's like finishing the touches and preparing to continue after one of the days. It's just gonna kind of raise an eyebrow. Well, I guess it's good that you're finally making some use out of all the animal parts that you've been hunting as of late.
Just glares over for a moment and then she just goes back to focusing.
Man, I haven't even
Is-
seen a single animal. She's got 2 rabbits.
Look, this wasn't my idea, but he is right. I did do something like this in the past.
Oh, neat.
But it was a favor. It was a favor. I didn't really do it as a hobby or anything.
Either way, I've always been pretty skilled at hunting, so not a bad thing to get used to, I suppose. Gil's just gonna kind of shrug and continue on as he's all prepped and ready for the day.
All right. So, time passes until you get to the evening,
Hang on.
and
Before we do, I think we need to circle back to something.
what is
Oh
it?
boy.
Tony's song.
That's exactly where we're going.
Okay, good. Just
Four.
making sure.
Okay.
Just making sure.
Oh my god.
Just
Passes,
wanted to
and
make
you're
sure.
getting ready for, and the evening arrives, and you're getting ready for camp. A rabbit stew is bubbling on the fire, and we're going to shift perspective a little. So,
Oh, no.
Curb. Curb. You're alone. Well, not alone. Partner in the woods.
Mm.
You're traveling towards a place where you've heard a rumor that you might find the gate. Not sure yet if that's gonna happen. It's getting late, and you're getting hungry. And then, in the air, you smell this
Rabbit? You haven't smelled rabbit in probably weeks. There are no rabbits in the Fel Empire, as far as you're aware. Not live ones, anyway. And then, in the wind, you hear a song. A song.
Oh my god.
About how horrible they are.
Oh, no.
About how they're tiny little things that can only scurry out in the light because of the shield placed by that tyrant bitch. These
I was about to
little
say, knowing Hecate, he would probably just do it in like rhymes about like, he wouldn't be obvious about what it was, but you could still tell.
So you hear in hey Hecate, roll me a like a performance check just for fun.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Oh,
21.
Pretty solid.
Alright.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
so you hear in a beautiful voice a song, and you get like taken in by the rhythm and everything. And as you walk, you begin to make out the lyrics, and your feelings on the song quickly shift. Okay, so what do you do?
So, she's just gonna kind of side-eye the, small dragon that she's walking alongside. Just kind of look at him and say, Sophos? You hear that too, right?
I do.
Well, I mean, it's not like we've really met anyone else out here, so I guess we could go say hi. It's probably better than staying alone out here. Plus, it sounds like...
It's colorful. That's for sure. Also, I'm hungry.
I mean, look...
Is that rabbit? I smell rabbit.
You realize you sound like your father, right?
Yeah, no, he likes shark. I like rabbit.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, I guess we can go say hi at least. If they're willing to have some guests for the day. We can at the very least
Who the
help
fuck
out.
likes fish? He says, walking in the direction of the cat.
You've had tuna before and you liked it.
Yeah, but tuna's basically steak.
Sora's
No.
just gonna kind of shake her head and chuckle as we slowly make our way into the clearing.
All right, so how about you describe your character better than I could? I'm gonna go get a little something to drink.
I will go ahead and just describe the characters for the time being and then post some stuff.
Okay.
So, you see walking into the clearing two figures that are not quiet, they're making themselves known. One of which is a small bronze-scaled kobold with blue spines down her back, bright blue eyes, and a horn on her nose, as well as some black horns around the edges of her face. She is wearing fairly well-maintained, almost Greek-style looking chainmail, although in this setting, it's more attuned to Thylia, with a very ornate-looking draconic brooch in the center. And walking alongside her is a bronze-scaled young dragon with dark brown horns and various other markings that almost make it look like, instead of the mossy, tarnished look most bronze dragons would have, it's almost as if it looks like it was burnt. And I will go ahead and pull those up on stream, as well as drop them in the chat. So give me a second.
Woo!
Sora and Silphus. And she's just going to
no.
walk into the clearing and just kind of raise a hand and say, hi, how are you all doing, tonight?
Where did you post it?
I'm gonna drop them in the, not Thylia chat, the Crown chat in a sec here.
I'm doing fine, I suppose. Fancy a song?
And,
Hecate, are you sure that's what you
Hecate,
say? That's a kobold.
as you turn, you absolutely see this small little kobold just kind of raising a hand and just kind of smiling
Oh
as she
boy!
waves.
Friend?
He just kind of deadpans and is like,
Yeah.
I said what I said. He just keeps playing.
Okay.
And there we go.
He's
Alright.
not gonna hide the fact that he hates kobolds.
You know, the fact that you just kind of like came here very loudly making your presence known. Herrick probably has his rifle trained at you at the moment.
All right. In this case, what would have happened is Sophos would just kind of move to the side a little bit and just kind of raise a wing and just kind of hook it around Kirby's character, whose name I forget right now because I'm bad.
Sora.
I'm a bad man. Around Sora, just kind of like as if ready to shield her, and he'd go, nice to meet you too, I guess. So, what's your deal?
Well, I certainly wasn't expecting company out in the middle of nowhere.
And you're
Yeah, we also
definitely
weren't
not
expecting.
undead. Gil's just kind of gonna kind of glare at the kobold. You're not undead either. You're not exactly what I would expect out here.
Fair enough. Sorry, I just don't like
I'll
surprises.
say for certain you're not exactly something I expected to see.
Please excuse the bird.
Don't mind that one. Don't mind that one. Please don't mind that one.
He's just an asshole.
Well,
At least I was able to get over kobolds!
for what it's worth, I did actually like the singing. Not a huge fan of the lyrics, but I can tell a talented musician when I can hear one.
Very appreciated. Truth be told, it's not exactly every kobold I dislike. There's just a small handful of them that have done me wrong, let's just say.
Small handful.
I'll definitely say some of the ones over here are a lot more violent than they are on my home. But
She said it in her lyrics. She hates the rat-faced ones.
Don't mind
Oh,
the
no!
either.
The poor bird man just cannot get a break.
Oh, well, in that case, this one doesn't look like a rat face, so I guess they're good.
Don't worry, Sora. You're not rat-faced.
Yet.
Thanks, Sophos.
What?
Oh,
Sophos shrugs.
Anyways,
Is that
where are my manners?
rabbit?
Sorry, Jill Sephiris. And she's just gonna kind of bow slightly.
Name's Sophos. Is that rabbit?
I mean, it is. I still don't know where I found it. Or, well,
You don't
technically them.
Know where you found it?
I mean, I haven't seen any animals, and so all of a sudden she's got 2 rabbits. I don't know where she got them.
Oh, sorry.
Every time I try to ask her
and I will
about it,
point
she
at
just
I.
changes the subject.
Oh, got
He's
got it.
that's
Okay.
Henrik. He's not referring to himself. I'm Ray, by the way, and that one's Gil.
Hey.
And unless anyone else wants to do their own introductions, I'm gonna keep going.
That's her name, by the way. She's not. there or
That's why I
anything.
said it that way.
And
Um,
I'm Harry.
Sophos looks at UI and says, "Oh wow, that's not confusing or annoying at all."
Hey, I didn't give myself this name.
And Sora's gonna turn to Hecate. And what about you?
Hecate. Just a simple bard. Nothing more, nothing less.
Well, it's a pleasure
I
to
liked
meet you
your
all.
song.
So, I don't really know if it's improper to ask what you're doing out here, but, if you wouldn't mind the company, we're, out here looking for something ourselves, and, well, out here in Fellhaven, it's probably best to, group up to stay safe. And if you wouldn't mind the company, we certainly wouldn't mind helping out around the campgrounds at the very least.
Well, you're certainly not the worst company we've ever had in this group.
Gil's just gonna kind of squint. You said you're from Thylia, was it? Oh, yeah. So you're not from the Queendom? No, not really a fan of the kobolds we've met from there. They're, definitely not as good with conversation, or
They're
outsiders.
cultish. Very cultish.
Hecate quirks an eyebrow at that.
No, yeah, that tracks.
I mean, it's really weird considering what I've been exposed to growing up, but that's part of why I wanted to start adventuring and seeing the world, and some of it's been taking a little getting used to.
World building wise, sorry to interrupt this, but
Mhm.
will only take a second. Queendom kobolds, mostly chromatic, some gem. Metallic kobolds, very rare. So this is surprising, and you're not when she says she's not from the Queendom, you're not very doubtful. It's kind of like, yeah, no, metallic kobolds are kind of not a thing. You've met 2, and Herrick, you've met 2 metallic kobolds, and you've met a lot of kobolds, and one of them was Talion. So that's kind of like, yeah, metallic kobolds very rare.
not with the enemy, so I think I got space in camp here.
I'd be happy to accompany you. And Sora's just gonna kind of smile reservedly and start unpacking a little bit.
Also, don't mind Gil. He's a prickly old bastard, but he's got a heart of gold.
Gil's
So
gonna
folks-
kind of glare at the double entendre.
Aaron will just smirk at him.
So, okay, I'm gonna roll something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sophos says, turns to you, Gil, looks you up and down, squints, and says, "Hey, Gramps."
Oh my god.
Oh, I like him already.
Excuse me?
Well, it called you out.
You heard me.
Gil doesn't know how to respond to this.
Well, congratulations.
Gil.exe has stopped working.
Sophos chuckles a little and says, "It's that rabbit." I know I asked already, but I know I already asked if it was rabbit, and I'm pretty sure it is rabbit. I'm just implying that I would like some by asking a rhetorical question. So, is that rabbit?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Can I have some?
Sure. Just the meat. I'm using the rest of it.
No, clearly he wants to eat the hide.
Yeah,
course.
I definitely like rabbit fur. It gets all caught up in my teeth, and I'm gonna stop this stupid sentence that I'm going on. You've got the picture. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this. He's not usually this forward, but we've been traveling for a
I
while.
am when I'm
haven't
hungry.
really had a good meal.
Empire's kind of rough for that.
Mm-hmm. But we can
unless you
definitely
like
help
eating
hunt in the
spiders.
future, or we can provide some of our own rations if needed. At least until we have a good idea of what we're looking for.
What is it you're looking for? Just out of curiosity.
It's weird. Okay, so this is gonna sound really weird. Have any of you just seen a door just out in the middle of nowhere while you're out here?
Door.
Yeah. Like, not attached to a building or anything, just a door.
Not to my recollection.
Last time I saw a door was in Fellhaven.
I mean, I guess it could be in Fellhaven, but, like, no, it's not gonna... Yeah, it's not gonna be, like... I guess it could be attached to a building. I don't know. This is the thing. I don't have all the information. We're looking for a door.
Okay.
It's, There's a rumor going around that, that door leads somewhere important that we need to get to, and, we're looking for a door.
Okay, so
Does this
what?
rumor sound familiar at all to me?
Okay, so there's this okay, so what you would know is there's a thing, it's kind of like a myth, like the chupacabra type of deal, where it's kind of like
a story that people talk about, but that's very rarely is it confirmed with evidence. But there's a story about this door. It's like this huge double door that's all tarnished, and wherever it appears, people who come into the door don't come out, which is one of the reasons why the rumors are so weird, because if people who go into the door don't come out, how does the rumor spread? Makes no sense. And but wherever it comes out, there's like usually some sort of assassination, or like whenever rumors of the door come out, in the vicinity there are assassinations and sacrifices and stuff along those lines. But whenever people go and try to investigate, the door is gone, and so are like the rumored people who use the door to assassinate. And like there's a lot of like a conspiracy about like the door being something that like a certain agency uses to hide the fact that they're assassinating like political targets and stuff. There's a lot of weird propaganda around this thing, but as far as you know, you've never like encountered the door, and people kill other people for non-weird reasons, door related or otherwise. You've seen a lot of murder that's not door related, so it's not exactly like, I don't know, you're not too sure about this, but hey, you've seen weirder.
Yeah, I am weirder. Okay. Yeah, I know of the door you mean, but I haven't seen it. I kind of just thought it was a story. So I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
It might be. We're kind of trying to help, because, I mean, whether or not it's real, people are kind of going missing, and that door is really the only lead where you're finding in order to, like, help people, so...
Oh, okay, fair enough. If I hear any, like, I'll ask around when we get back to town for sure, but... Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Sorry, it's just gonna nod.
Sophos is going to walk up to you, Rhea, and he's going to just kind of search around in like a leather satchel at his side and just kind of take out a small stone. He's gonna just flick it in your direction with his talon.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
gonna
good
say,
idea.
If you find anything, just kind of use the speaking stone. That way, you can contact us. Because like asking you to look around and not giving you a way to contact us is kind of stupid, right? He says, turning towards you.
I mean, you're gonna be looking around anyways. But, yeah, no, if you find anything, that would be appreciated.
Sure, I'll keep my ears open.
So, you need any help around the, campgrounds? And Sir is just gonna kind of start helping as the day winds down.
Yeah, everyone just kind of
Keep the fire lit.
works on different things.
Yeah.
Keep the fire
Gil.
lit, extra eyes to keep an eye out for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gil. I'm gonna ask you to make like a religion check.
Sure.
But I too.
Oh boy, Gil is great at religion.
Got this.
Wow, not even a
9.
14. Not even
Go
a
ahead,
14.
Huh?
Not even a 14.
Religion check from I.
Religion, hang on. Sorry, one of the projects that I was running got shown off again, so
Yeah, you're good.
I was paying attention to that.
How the hell do I have a +5 in religion?
That's a good.
You're a
Nice.
bard.
You know what? You're right. You should roll.
Oh
too.
goddamn!
Even though it's probably gonna work out with I, but you
This
should
is,
roll too, Tony.
This is gonna be a fun little thing for people who don't already know.
Yeah.
14! 14!
All right. For that 14, I'm gonna give I a little bit. Like you're kind of like you've got 2 leads right now. One is the Cult of the Dead 3. What is this Topaz Dragon thing? And you think about it for a second, and you're like, assassinations, undead, tarnished, people disappearing. That sounds like cult shit. Oh shit, the Cult of the Dead 3. Oh shit, that makes sense. Okay, that might be something we want to look into as well. And then as you're just kind of realizing this, Az just kind of leans towards your ear and says, "Took you a while." And then he leans away from your ear and tweets like a regular ass bird.
Again, sorry,
Jane, that-
I'm kind of distracted at the moment.
So basically, TLDR or TLDS. Too long, didn't listen. I don't know, man. It doesn't matter. The too long period. Basically,
Too long, can't abbreviate.
The basics is your religion check goes, oh yeah, the thing she's talking about from the door that she's looking for sound cultish, and you're looking for a cult you might want to investigate.
Could be related. Potentially.
Could be related. Potentially.
They might not be related, but at the very least, it's an interesting coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I just realized I'll be right back. I'm just gonna say I related that to the party. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so I tells the party about her epiphany. And
I guess it
Sora
could be
would
related
probably
to the Dead
hear
3.
her.
I guess. But like is that what the cult is called? I don't even. Again, there's so many rumors. But yeah, there is a cult that's been associated with the rumors. So if that's one of the cults that you're aware of, it might be the same one.
I mean, I guess if you want to be really technical, it's like technically 3 cults in one.
Is one of them known to assassinate people?
Yeah, that'd be the ballists.
Then, maybe. At least them.
The other ones are known for necromancy and tyranny, which
Well, I mean, necromancy would make sense considering where we are.
Yeah.
I wouldn't discard the possibility that you might find who we're looking for in that direction. But Al says, we do have a certainty when it comes to the old grandmother in the swamp, whereas this is just a hint, guess, whatever.
Gil's gonna kind of eye the sending stone that Sophos gave to Ray. Does that thing exactly go 2 ways?
Yeah. Yup, Gramps. Just
Alright.
don't talk too loud into it.
Okay.
Well,
Why?
we've got our own mission that we're currently on, and it has a little bit more of concrete evidence supporting it. But if you do find this door that you're talking about, and it is related to the cult that we're also investigating, I guess let us know where it is, because we could at least help you out.
Mhm.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't mind the backup. And she's just gonna kind of look over to Sophos questioningly.
Sophos says, "Sure." Gramps looks blah, 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 blah. Sorry. Sure. Gramps looks trustworthy.
And, yeah, we'll definitely do that. And Sora's just gonna kind of beam.
Sophos is gonna sigh.
Even better. if we
And
find
then he's gonna
something
start
like-
eating the rabbit.
Even
Wait, what
better
was
if we
that?
find something soon. Then we wouldn't have to deal with our problem just yet.
We're gonna have to deal with it eventually.
I don't know what to tell you, Gil. I don't even like dealing with my own father.
This isn't your father, though. This is a random black dragon you've never met with before. Is that not better?
You see, that's the problem. I don't know yet.
You know what?
Better the evil
Touche.
you know than the evil you don't.
Sounds
I
like
don't
Dragon
know if
Boy's
that's
got some
true.
daddy issues.
I don't know if I agree with that one. Sorry, what'd you say, Hecate?
Sounds like Dragon Boy here has got some daddy issues.
Yeah, we've gone over it multiple times at this point. What are you talking about?
And if you don't watch your beak, bird boy, there's gonna be a pair of bullets in your kneecaps.
Oh my god!
Need I remind you who helped you with getting that gun?
Oh no, I'm aware.
Oh, so you're just going to return the favor, I see.
Sora's just
I'm
gonna.
just telling you to watch what you say.
Sora's just gonna lean over to Ray. They're a very lively group you have here, aren't they?
Yeah. There
Sophos is gonna be on the other side of Rhea and leaning in and gonna go like, they're fun.
Yeah, they
Lively
are.
is certainly a way to put it.
Also, Hecate,
I have
don't
not been
forget.
shy about calling this group weird. Like, is that
Also, Hecate, just remember who helped you concerning that bitch-ass spider. I could have just left you. I didn't.
Oh.
And who gave you
Sorry.
the inspiration to even get the strength for it?
Oh, you met an arcane scarlet spider?
yeah? Those things.
That sucks.
There were a few.
Yeah, I know. Oh, phew.
Yeah, we've we've only seen a couple so far, and we've managed to avoid them for the most part. But yeah, those things are rough.
The one thing they can't do is fly.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Don't speak
Oh
to that.
god.
into the world.
Which god?
I hope not.
Yes.
Well, anyways, I'm probably gonna start getting ready for rest. If you need me to help anything else, just let me or Sophos know. And, Sora's gonna just start kind of putting away her armor and getting ready for a long rest.
Sophos is going to just kind of wait a little for Sora to be to have her armor removed, and then he's just going to start circling Sora until she moves down. At which point he's just going to coil around her and just kind of cover her with a wing.
Dragon cuddles.
Yep.
Dragon cuddles.
Dragon cuddles.
One thing that is definitely apparent is that Sophos is warm.
Mm-hmm.
His scales look burnished, and there is definitely like you see like it's fairly cold in this area, and especially in the night sometimes there's just kind of a bit of snow that falls down, and it usually melts by the next morning, but there's a visible like circle of no snow on the ground around the dragon.
I imagine there's like slight steam coming off Sophos as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Cute.
All right. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do before a long rest? It's not sounding like it.
Doesn't sound like it. So everyone gets a long rest. Make sure you mark that out because some of you. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Bridget. Needs a
What?
heal.
It's just 11 hit points
I
left.
mean, it's also been a couple days, so definitely would have had a long rest
Yeah.
at this point. But yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure right now, Rhea had 11 HP.
Yeah, that was only because Gil was nice and helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you were at 0. All right, so
Gil helped you despite his best efforts.
Yeah.
God, the fucking
Alright.
oil slick was so funny.
It was so funny though.
Fucking Baldur's Gate 3 moment right
Yeah,
there.
right. Real though. Alright, so yeah.
all right, so yeah, so basically, you get to rest, and then in the morning you part ways and make your way down, do a bit more crafting, and eventually you make your way to the northernmost part of the swamp. There is a river in the way, but on the other side of the river you see a hovel, a wooden cabin, green with moss. And it's just kind of it's weird because most of the trees are like, they're not dead per se, but they're permanent winter trees, as in they don't have any leaves.
Mm.
And now you see just on the other side there's this beautiful wooden like shack And the thing that's important about it is that it's not built out of wood, it's carved into a massive trunk. There's just this huge ass tree.
Just a massive willow tree with just a door
Yeah,
carved into it.
Literally, and you just see like the windows and the stuff, and that a bit like if we take a popular pop reference, something like Minas Tirith, where it's kind of like built into the mountain. It's similar, but for the tree.
I'm guessing this is the place.
I mean, it sure looks the place.
Do you actually know the person who lives here, or is this just someone you're aware of?
Aware of.
Alright, well, let's try and make a good first impression. Gil looks to Hecate.
Hecate just smirks
Right?
deviously.
That doesn't feel promising.
No, it does not.
This does not inspire confidence.
Well, lead the way, I
No
suppose.
promises.
And
So yeah, that's the question is, how are you going to traverse this river?
the
It
river
is,
is
like,
in between us and the
Fairly
Okay, gotcha.
wide,
Yeah.
and there doesn't seem to be like a bridge of any kind
If
on
only-
this.
Sure is a shame we just ditched the person with a large dragon that can ferry people across, huh?
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were doing their own thing, and
Sure
that's
were.
right.
I didn't introduce Sora just to give you an easy way out, curb.
So about how wide is the river? You had to
Um,
put a number to it, just so that we know how
If I had to
far we
put-
need to actually, like, traverse.
Instead of putting a number to it, I'm going to qualify it.
Sure.
Not wide enough that you can't clearly see on the other side, but wide enough that you would be worried if you had to swim through.
So, okay.
This side of the river, no trees. Like, not
Mhm.
even dead winter trees. It's very, like the map says. It's kind of like it's very strange. There is this, if you look on the other side, you see like these purple wisps that just kind of move around between the trees, just kind of swirling, and like it goes literally from one side of the river is dead grass, like the basically like beach of gravel and pebbles that have just been polished by the water, and then the other side is verdant greenery. So,
Really,
it's
not,
not
like,
surprising
vibes
for Rhea,
here.
but for everyone else.
Yeah.
This is looking really suspicious. I don't like it.
So, do we have any good options about how to cross?
I mean, I have my own solution. You guys, though,
I
I'm a
might be
bird.
fine on my own, but I don't know if I can help you guys.
I'm quite literally a bird.
Is there a tree on the opposite bank close enough to the shoreline?
Yes, definitely.
That we could potentially
as I
lash
was
something
saying,
to,
when
yeah.
I was saying like the other side of the river is verdant, it's like one side is like a rock beach, the other one there are literally like roots going just kind of coiling around the side of the beach and just kind of There are roots that are like flowing into the river. Like that's how close the trees are to the edge of this river. You have to draw something. Like you've got like two sides of the river. One side is bare, the other one there are like roots and stuff going around, and there's just this huge ass tree with its roots going into the water of the river. This.
So I was looking over stuff. I do actually have a potential answer to this as well, but I do need to qualify. Is this river less than 135 feet wide? Because I can fly that far and around.
Probably like 150 would be the right distance.
Okay, so I can't get across that.
You do know there are places in the river that are narrower, guide of mine, rare. But you would have to walk all the way there to revert, like over here. You know that it's about, if it's going to let me click properly. Oh, it's because I'm in pencil mode.
Tisha's gonna
over
be
here.
the real.
Yeah.
Tisha's gonna be the real issue here.
No, I
wanna
think
leave
I'm gonna
her
be
down.
more of an issue than Tish. Tish has a way she can get across.
She does?
Tish looks down at you imperiously. Like,
Pathetic.
Okay. Well,
I mean, there is further down where it's a bit thinner, which might be a bit easier. I know it'll make my life a little easier, but I don't. Again, that's
Yeah,
just
that
a
would-
me thing. I can't take anyone
that-
into the shadows with me,
That would.
which would be easy. But it's not how this works.
so long as it's
Yeah.
not too much of a detour, probably isn't a worst case scenario.
that's the thing. You're probably going to have to
bit of a
walk
detour.
like a day down the river, and then probably, because you're going to be through the jungle marsh thing, probably going to take you 2 days to go back up. So it's going to be like a 3-day detour if you.
Yeah. If you want to take an extra couple days, maybe. Or whomever can get across gets really good at making a bridge.
Alright, I'll ask that you all roll a perception check.
Okay. That's promising.
What the fuck, Hecate? You're good at perception.
Not today.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's a 13. That's sad. Hecate, you could have done better.
We both could have done
Hey,
better.
I,
though,
what do you
so-
see?
Hey, I.
What do your
reroll.
elf
This
eyes
is
see?
bullshit.
So
Seven,
Seven, that sucks.
Hi.
Okay, so you see, like that. You notice 22. I'm gonna roll something. Jesus Christ, lady. Okay. Okay, you see a section of ground about like 50 meters down. That's 150-ish feet for you plebeians down river, where you see the trace of like what might have been a bridge beforehand. There's not like wood or foundations, but there is like a depression in the ground that looks like something would have rested there before. On the other side of the water, you see on the other side a small scattering of mushrooms that seem to be like, they don't seem to glow. It's just that being bright white in the greenery, they just kind of pop out. Everything is like grayish green, and there's just these bright white mushrooms on the other side of the place where it looks like something would have been held down.
I is going to fly over to investigate.
Of course she is.
Okay.
All right,
Aye.
then. Sounds like what we're going to need is to figure out a way to get Herrick across. Where are you going? I just flies away.
You see, do you want to investigate the mushrooms? What do you want to do?
Well, the mushrooms and any surrounding area that might like recreate a bridge of some kind.
Okay, so the mushrooms seem to be in some sort of a geometrical pattern, but some mushrooms seem to be out of alignment, which is strange because like they're growing from the ground. You can exactly pop the mushrooms out and move them, but there's kind of like, there seems to be kind of an arcane-ish rune, more druidic than anything.
Aya's gonna spit herself away in a fucking fairy circle, and we're all just gonna be stuck here.
Hell yeah!
Okay, so so it's kind of like this. It's not a circle. It's more like a druidic rune. You don't know druidic for sure, do you? Or am I wrong?
No.
So you're not.
No,
You're a ranger. You're not a druid, but you do. You have through your life as a ranger encountered druid. So you can't read the rune, but you can notice it's druidic. It would be probably a nature check to try to decipher anything from this, unless you have proficiency in speech, at which point would just be.
I'm proficient in nature. I'm fine with this.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
bad.
16.
Not
Enough. Okay, so the you see that you could move some mushrooms around to form a few different rune. One that means unseen. One that means pass, and one that means deep.
Is it,
I think.
Is it already in one of these configurations at the moment?
Nope. Pass, unseen, or deep.
Yep. Push the button, do it.
Pass.
Do it.
Okay. you remove a mushroom and try to put it in the right area. And as you remove the mushroom, you see that the tiny, like, strand-like roots of the mushroom are wiggling in place as if alive. And when you drop the mushroom in place, it just kind of re-roots itself in place.
Mildly
So you
horrifying.
say pass? You said pass?
Yeah.
Okay. I disappears and reappears on your side of the
She just blinks for a moment.
Amazing.
Weren't you?
What?
Weren't you over? And how did you?
What the fuck? What did you do?
Hi,
Adam,
I found
what
a
the
way
fuck?
over.
Yeah, way over here? That's not what we need,
There might be a way
there are
over
no
there.
mushrooms on. There are no mushrooms on this side of the river.
Yeah.
There are only mushrooms on the other side. So pass is an option for leaving, I guess, but not for coming here.
That's okay. So you found a way to go from that side to this side. That's great.
Wait. There were a couple other things. Let me try those. She immediately flies back to try the next one.
Okay.
Yep, there she goes.
Okay.
What
So
Hecate
look,
just
if we
follows?
just tie a couple ropes together, I know you're not a huge fan of swimming, but okay. Back to
As everyone,
No, give me a moment.
As everyone is questioning or looking for reasonable way to go through, you're in front of the mushroom thing again, and it is still in the pass configuration.
So the other two were deep and unseen.
Mm-hmm.
Deep and unseen.
Let's try deep.
Okay, so what happens is how do you try to do deep?
No. I assume. Yeah.
Dive in the fucking water, I'm guessing.
Like, okay, what do you mean by how do I do it? Because like,
I mean, the
deep-
obvious
what-
solution is just
I'm
pulling the
gonna
mushrooms out,
assume-
right?
I'm going to assume that you do it the natural way, in which point you touch the mushroom to move it, and you're on the other side of the river again.
Yep. Of course. Yes.
Luckily for
Amazing.
you, you just made a glove like yesterday.
That's
You could attempt that.
yes.
So we're like talking. We're like, oh, she's back. All right. So continuing on, we're just gonna.
All right, so you fly back, and you're now in front of the other thing, and you move one of the mushrooms to form the rune deep. At which point you hear a clinking of chain, as if there was a chain clinking, and you see like a cage rise from the side, held by what seem to be what sound like chains, but there's nothing holding the chain, and there's like a few crustaceans caught in the cage. So like
she just pulled up a crab pot.
yeah, basically.
We just look over, see that she just has this random page floating in front of her. We're just like, what the fuck?
I mean, really, I and Hecate, I mean, together they could maybe lift someone, right? Like,
Yeah,
you don't need to.
I mean, I could also help, and that's what the fuck is I doing?
I don't know.
Do you want to try? Do you want to try the last combination?
Yes.
I imagine
Okay,
as soon as she
so-
pulls the mushroom out from deep, it just plunges back into the river.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You lose the crustaceans, and Az goes, "Hey,
Those are tasty.
Anyway, so you move the
Mushroom.
the mushrooms in the last configuration, and nothing happens.
Unseen. Yep.
Unseen, nothing happens.
Nothing seems to happen.
Nothing is seen happening.
How smart is I?
Hang on, hold. Yeah, okay, no, hold the fuck up. No, she is smart enough to do one thing, just in case. I want to use Hellsight.
Does Hellsight allow you to see invisible things?
Yes, it's in the description.
You know the location of creatures. I mean, it's up to you whether you want to allow this to work on like objects that are invisible as well.
Okay, yeah,
but,
sure.
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
What you noticed with Hellsight is there was this spot where it appeared that something had rested there and like had weighed down the soil. Now you look at this spot and you don't see anything. But it's now clear that something is weighing down on the soil. It's not something that was there and is no longer present. It looks like there's something pressing down on the soil at this place.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see like a weird shimmer. And also you don't see anything, but the weird purple wisp that I talked about that were just kind of swirling around the area and around the trees, they are just kind of swirling in strange patterns around the spot where the bridge-like object should be. But there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm. Almost giving the vague outline of an object that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So do you try to step on the bridge?
I was about to say, I is just gonna cautiously. Actually, no, like she's not gonna step on the bridge. No. What she's gonna do instead, she is going to take a rock from the side.
You can find a rock easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Like
she's
stone.
She's going to toss it onto where she believes the bridge would be.
It clanks as it appears. Clack, 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 like stone on stone.
It's just floating there.
Mm-hmm.
It's floating in the air.
Yep.
Like
she turns to the others. She turns to the others and just shouts, "Found a way across!"
Herrick.
Gil.
So Herrick, you're in the middle of the
all right, now we just need to tie the rope around here.
Herrick, no, wait. Herrick, you're in the middle of the river right now. You've swallowed maybe 2 or 3 gulps of water, and you're feeling really bad. And as you just kind of the waves of the very like powerful current pull you down under, and then you're pulled back, and you see ice standing in the air, like in the corner, with like a couple rocks that you tried to throw on to make sure it was okay, and the only thing that comes to your mind is fucking hells.
Why couldn't you find that sooner?
I said, give me a moment.
I gave you several moments.
You should have given me more.
A normal
That's
conversation
not how
with
this works.
a normal conversation with Midnight Blitz.
I'm a bird. This affects me no other way.
Oh god.
Okay, so a good like 10 to 15 minute pass,
Okay, so we all crossed the river.
You're all on the other side. Herrick is waterlogged, and Tish is just kind of looking at you like you're idiots.
What else to do?
And you look up to the treehouse.
Just imagining
And-
Tarek looking like a wet, angry cat glaring at eye.
And as you turn towards the treehouse, which is not a house in the tree, but literally a treehouse, the front door opens with a creak slowly. And that is where we will end session.
God, this
So-
issue was so good.
Oh my god.
So now you know what happens when I plan things with Warboss. We come up with something fun, not something traumatic.
Wow.
No. You've come up with something fun this time. You haven't come up with something traumatic yet.
Correct.
It's just a matter of time.
I mean, shit, you're right.
Okay, so when the first thing I figured what I needed to do was when we go to the hag, there needs to be weird fucked up hag magic. And it had to involve mushrooms in some way.
Oh, of course.
Oh, 100%.
Like hag magic doesn't work like regular magic. It's weird and fucked up and no one understands it. But like it's kind of like, oh, you ate my mushroom soup. You now have spiders spawning in your belly or something.
Yeah, let's not take the crabs from the
No.
hag. Let's not take crabs from the hag, please.
Let's not steal her crabs. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Let's not do that. I mean, Gil wasn't there. He wouldn't have stopped her. And I don't know if Gil even knows all that much about hags, to be honest. But yeah, let's not. Let's
Yeah.
not.
You,
Let's not.
you steal the,
I realized
steal the
I
crab
have had
and you
experience
get
with
crab.
hags
And I'm not
before.
talking about the animal.
By the way, this is probably never going to come up because this campaign is not really something other people are aware of. But Mineshaft, you seemed to have recognized who Sophos' father was. Do you want to take a wild guess who the mother is?
Sure is a mystery.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, Sophos, I don't know why that's the case. I get to play NPCs all the time, but there's something special about role-playing a dragon that just tickles my fancy. It just works, you know?
I'm sure he's not like biased in any way.
No, never.
But yeah, Sophos is perhaps my third favorite NPC I'm planning on this arc.
Yeah, we'll need to dial in his
If-
personality so that it's not just Phronesis light. We'll need to dial that in a little bit. But,
Phronesis,
Phronesis
but
was
grumpier.
more. Phronesis was less, more kind of. I don't want to say dumb.
no,
kind
that
of.
himbo energy is very Phronesis, yeah.
And like the idea behind Sophos is that he has kind of the same instincts, but he doesn't deal with them in the same way. He's kind of like the comments Sophos made about asking if this is rabbit being a rhetorical question, inviting them to offer him rabbit is not something that his father would have ever done.
We'll need to see if he inherits the temper and avarice of his mother as well in some regard.
Yeah. But in any case, this is one of the reasons why I wanted everyone here is that we're introducing characters from another campaign, and like if Min was missing, which would be sad, but it would be easy to catching up on who Sora is. If
you literally just have to show me the picture. It's like, yes, I understand now.
And but if it had been like someone who wasn't in my previous campaign, Thalia, like it would have been kind of like a chore to go over who this person is.
Not that bad, but
So,
yeah. It would have been a little bit more explaining for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely my game is one that needs more explaining, right?
God, please. I will say, we did very good today. We kept it on track for the most part. We did good. We did good.
Oh my god, I enjoy hags. Hags are so fun.
Next session's gonna be good. I'm excited.
But yeah, so you're going to meet up with a hag. Meet up with the hag. Grandma, what's your name again? I need to make your stat.
Is she a grandma or was she an auntie? I don't
Margaret.
remember.
She's grandma.
Margaret. Granny Margaret.
Grandma Margaret? Granny Margaret.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking. Player journal. Fellhaven.
Until then,
She's
I
no
think we
longer.
can probably wrap things up. So,
yeah.
Thank you all so very much for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you in the next session.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.